Alright, y'all, I'm almost done getting set up. I'm about to start watching Chainsaw Man. I'm super excited, but first, let me break out my magical Senjogahara figurine of wisdom to ask her what my fortune will be during this viewing session. Oh, magical Senjogahara figurine of wisdom, please divine the information I seek from your mystical book. Will I have a good time watching the Chainsaw Man anime today? Oh. What up, y'all? It's the homie Dame, and today I'm going to be spotlighting an anime I watched and giving y'all my thoughts and reactions in the form of a neatly structured numbered list. This is kind of becoming a trend on my channel, so hopefully y'all get the format by now. What anime are we talking about today? I'll give you a hint. It's got chainsaws in it. And it's got man in it. Did you guess it right? Yeah, it's Chainsaw Man. Nice one, dude. Nice guess, good one. Chainsaw Man, the anime adaptation by Studio Mappa, based off the manga by Tatsuki Fujimoto, has just wrapped up its first cour, and I want to talk about it with y'all. Chainsaw Man doesn't really need an introduction at this point. I mean, every anime fan has heard of it, and you know, people who don't even know what anime is have heard of it. I mean, even people who think Japan and China are the same country have heard of it. It's a series filled with action, comedy, gore, tearjerker moments, chainsaws, and of course, astounding visuals. Like this shot of Makima's fat ass. Let me not get ahead of myself though, because the first place I want to start in this Chainsaw Man discussion is with the mangaka, Tatsuki Fujimoto. Number 1, Fujimoto is a strange man, and we love him for it. I know the idea of separating the art from the artist is a common viewpoint, and you know, it's one that I generally agree with, right? But I think that understanding the mentality an author had and kind of their, I guess, vision behind a project is something that can really change your perspective on their work. It's kind of like how people always talk about the Christian symbolism in Evangelion and all these deep interpretations of it, and Hideaki Anno was literally like, oh, we just thought it looked cool. Doesn't really mean anything. I love that kind of behind the scenes stuff, so I wanted to learn a little bit about Fujimoto sensei himself to give y'all a little bit of perspective. So Fujimoto has said in interviews that he wants to draw manga like Korean films. He cites the 2008 film The Chaser as an example due to its unconventional plot structure. This is really important to note because you'll see that Fujimoto is a big fan of writing stories in a way where the audience usually has no idea where it's gonna go. And I mean, you could easily see that in his body of work. If y'all aren't aware, Fujimoto's big serialized manga before Chainsaw Man was Fire Punch. Don't want to give too much away if y'all haven't read it. You know, this is a Chainsaw Man video. That would kind of suck if you were watching this and unexpectedly got spoiled on Fire Punch. Jesus. But basically, Fire Punch is just a good template for what you can expect from a Fujimoto work. It disregards traditional narratives and tropes, it's grim, some might even say edgy, and above all else, it's really weird. And it's not just Fire Punch and Chainsaw Man, you can see this across all of Fujimoto's one-shots as well. Stuff like the recent Goodbye Eri is a good showcase for where Fujimoto is at his career at the moment. You know what I mean? It's kind of like this is where his writing style is in his post-Chainsaw Man Part 1 era. He's refined everything from his story structure to his paneling to his dialogue, and he's kind of brought it all together for Chainsaw Man Part 2, which obviously I won't say anything about here. Now, what's the takeaway from all this? You know, what does this have to do with the Mappa adaptation? Because it goes without saying that the Chainsaw Man manga is going to be different from the Chainsaw Man anime. Well, the point I'm trying to make, and the question I was asking myself as I was watching is, does this anime, despite the changes it makes, big or small, capture the essence of the manga? Now, this may seem like a goofy question to ask because apparently Fujimoto was heavily involved with the creation of the anime. It's said that he looked over storyboards and scripts, and he was even involved in some of the casting and music selection. So how could this anime adaptation be anything but his intended vision? Well, we'll get into that a bit later, but for now, just remember all the stuff I said about what Fujimoto's influences are and what his kind of modus operandi is. In the meantime, let's get into the show itself. Number 2. Denji and Makima. Well, I guess the first thing I want to talk about is our boy Denji, you know, the protagonist of this show and the titular Chainsaw Man himself. Be real, y'all. Do guys out there really want this? Like, is this really that boner-inducing to have the girl you like feed you? Nah, I know he did not just bark there. That's Denji's character in a nutshell, I guess. If you thought he couldn't get any more down bad, the man barking while slurping soggy udon. Denji really makes this series for me. He's funny, he's easy to root for, and best of all, in true Fujimoto fashion, he always manages to surprise you. I love the way he looks in the anime. I'm glad he still has his weird, like, razor teeth, and I especially love the voice actor they got for him, Kikunosuke Toya. If y'all didn't know, this is one of his first, if not his first, big voice acting roles, and I think he absolutely killed it. Reading the manga, this is exactly how I pictured Denji to sound, you know, kind of just like a nasally teenager with big slacker skateboarder energy, kind of like someone from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, or like Dazed and Confused or something.
George Toad Weed. Absolutely George Toad Weed. Are you kidding me, man? He grew fields of that stuff.
Now, one thing I do want to point out is a scene they left out in the anime, which is the muscle devil bit, and I think that would have been in like episode 2 or something. Obviously, this isn't really a big omission. I'm sure most people aren't rolling in their beds losing sleep at night because their favorite character, the muscle devil, wasn't included in the anime. But I kind of miss its inclusion because, I mean, not for the character itself, but the situation surrounding the character that really hammers home the owner-pet relationship that Makima sets up between her and Denji early on. Damn, he's really meeting Aki already? I forgot how fast things happened. It's been a minute since I read this part of the manga. Or wait, wasn't there supposed to be another devil he fought before this? It was some kind of like fighting devil, or like the punching devil, or like the erectile dysfunction devil, or I don't know, whatever. No big deal though, but it does kind of reveal how they approached Makima's character in this adaptation. Yeah, we're switching gears, talking about Makima now. Leave a bark bark woof woof in the comments below. Okay, so Makima comes off a lot more legitimately sweet, at least at first in the anime, compared to the manga where, you know, she made clear from the beginning what she thinks of Denji. Holy shit, this is so intimate. I feel like I shouldn't be watching this. Like I'm a peeping Tom or something. Yeah, this is more explicit than hentai. It's hentai without the fucking. Also, bruh, anyone who's complaining about Tomori Kusunoki getting cast as Makima is tripping, dude. She sounds great here. I think people heard her as Futaba and assumed that she'd use the same voice, and it's like, bro, what? The way Mappa has handled Makima's character is very, very interesting to me, and a lot of it has to do with the marketing behind Chainsaw Man. If you've watched any of the Chainsaw Man trailers and you've read the manga, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, before I say more, I want to give a big spoiler warning, because I'm going to be talking about the rest of the Chainsaw Man manga, so if you've not read the manga or you're anime only, skip to this timestamp, for real, like, this will ruin the show for you, for real. So the reason I said this earlier portrayal of Makima as being a bit kinder towards Denji is interesting to me is because of how they seem to push her as this unnerving character or someone to sort of watch out for. You know, she's not what she seems in, you know, in all the marketing and trailers for the show. And of course, if you've read the manga, you know that Makima is later revealed to be the big bad of part 1, and you know, she's been pulling the strings and manipulating Denji the whole time. So you can see why I think it's strange that they slightly alter her in the anime to make her a bit more genuinely nice, while having her look all creepy and foreboding in the marketing. It's just an odd choice. Because I mean, even without all that, it's clear to anyone, even anime-only people, that Makima is not what she seems and that she's definitely playing Denji to some extent. I mean, but we even knew this back when the manga was coming out. But what people didn't see coming is her being like this final boss, which again, is why I told y'all to remember what I said about Fujimoto's influences and writing style. A story where the viewer has no conceivable guess as to what's gonna happen next. After the Makima reveal in the manga, and of course all the nightmare shit that happened after it, no one knew how Chainsaw Man Part 1 was gonna end. If it were up to me, I would have marketed the anime with Makima being like an ooh love interest. Like, why wouldn't you try to hide any insidious vibes that she has as much as you can to not even give viewers a hint as to what her true nature is? But hey, that's a problem with the marketing, not the anime itself. Makima is great in the show. You know, we love our yellow Rinnegan mommy. Okay, now we're out of manga spoiler territory. All you anime onlys, you can come back now. Because now let's talk about the rest of the cast, yeah? Number 3. This is actually the Kobeni segment. Oh my god, it's all the best characters. Himeno, Kobeni, and of course, my favorite of all, Japanese man, whose name I don't remember, who's gonna die in a couple episodes anyway. Oh man. He's my favorite character ever. My favorite character in Chainsaw Man is Kobeni. I know. Go ahead and roll your eyes. I like characters who are a bit memey but endearing, and what's more endearing than our screeching double peace sign queen Kobeni? For real though, she's very loud in the anime, more so than I expected. Oh hell no. Someone shoved something in her mouth to shut her ass up. Not like that, relax. But yeah, reading the manga, she was my favorite, but you know, you can't hear her in the manga. Now she's here on screen, it's like, yeah, shut the fuck up. I wonder what she sounds like in English. Actually, let me see real quick.
I know what you are!
Oh yeah, I'm good. Get her off the screen. Ah, Kobeni. Still love you. You're great in the anime adaptation. She has her cool little moment against the snake chick, but damn, shut the fuck up. I think this is worth bringing up. I don't know how in tune y'all are with the online anime community, but there was some controversy with Kobeni on social media. The gist of it is that a lot of anime onlys, and specifically anime reactors, were catching some flack for not liking Kobeni. The example I saw the most of were the homies over at Reanimated. Shout out to them. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I think they said something about Kobeni, or I think it was the title of the video they had where they said, you know, Kobeni more useless than Sakura or something like that. And they were getting slandered on TikTok and Twitter. It was insane. All these like Kobeni fanboys hopping out the woodwork just to say like they ain't shit. They were posting spoilers in the comments, making TikToks, just like goofy shit. And man, y'all are just so corny, so unbelievably corny. It damn near made me hate the character. And like I said, Kobeni is by far my favorite character. And I was like, yeah, I don't want anything to do with her anymore. Don't get me wrong, I kind of understand where they're coming from. You know, she was the breakout character in the manga as far as side characters go, and she has one of the most memorable moments later on, if you know, you know. I understand that she's gained a big fan base, and people were excited to see her in anime form, and were probably disappointed that a lot of anime onlys were put off by her, but I mean, can you blame them? Jesus Christ, bro. So yeah, if you're the type of bozo that gets butthurt when someone doesn't like the same cartoon character you do, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. Shout out to Kobeni though, still love you. Sloppy blowjob devil, am I right? God, that's a stupid meme too. Something about the Chainsaw Man fandom. I don't know about y'all, man. Number 4, I would be roommates with Denji, Aki, and Power. So we got other characters in the show too, right? There's Aki, you know, we love our boy. He's got the Asian top knot look on lock. There's probably 100 Asian dudes walking around LA right at this moment that look exactly like him. And we got Power too, who looks like the ABG that the Asian top knot dudes are going to the club with. Together with Denji, they make the main trio of Chainsaw Man, you know, a sort of frat house version of Team 7. And man, are they great, bro. One of my favorite additions that the anime made was just a few more shots of the three of them, kind of just like hanging out at Aki's place. I literally think it was only one extra scene, but I love that they did it. Oh, now this I like a lot. This is very Fujimoto. I can already picture what the paneling would be. Man, I kind of miss living with roommates. That's actually such cap. What the fuck am I even saying? But yeah, very Fujimoto to set up a mundane slice of life-esque sequence, then end it with like a bang. Like I bet Power is gonna show up at the front door at the end of this. No. There we go. Hey, Aki and his 2 children. Hooray. The gang's all here. Love that the anime made sure to keep in all the stuff of them just hanging out in the apartment and getting annoyed with each other, because that's the true roommate experience, you know? No one is ever really super friendly right away, right? Because it's like, bro, I gotta share a space with you. I don't even know you. Like, get your greasy ass away from me. But those kind of relationships can turn into lifelong friendships, that whole, you know, found family deal. Or you can end up like me. I haven't talked to my roommates in years, but yeah. Also, if we could talk about Power for a sec, love her as a character. She's dope in the manga and she's dope here in the anime. I love that Bat Devil arc she had. And I also love her voice actress too. Shout out to I-Fi Rose. If you don't know, she voiced Jolene in Stone Ocean. She absolutely kills it here as well. The only thing is, I don't really know about y'all, you know, waifu motherfuckers who are like, yeah, Power, that's the wife. Y'all, that's best girl Power. She can step on me. Like, bro, she don't bathe. Some of y'all just want the stankiest women, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm good. I'll stick with Kobeni screeching and crying. Actually, number 5. The demons look very cool. I mean the curses. I mean the devils. Let's talk about the devils in Chainsaw Man, yeah? This is low-key my favorite aspect of the series because of how creative Fujimoto can get with the designs, and also like the understated behind-the-scenes world building that goes along with them. Just so we're all on the same page, Chainsaw Man takes place in an alternate timeline to ours, with the differences being things like, nuclear weapons don't exist, and the USSR still exists in 1997. This is due to all the weirdness involving devils, which the details of which I don't think they revealed in the show yet. I'm not sure, but I won't say anything just in case. But yeah, love the designs, love the concept, the whole idea that they're attached to human fears. And yeah, it was great seeing some of these disgusting looking ass creatures animated for the first time. This is the nastiest looking devil. Like, what the fuck is this? Do I have to censor this if I put this part in the video? I don't even remember what devil this is, to be honest. Is it the earthworm gym devil? The ribbed for her pleasure devil? Like, bro. Ew, it's like a fucking tumor. Oh, that's so cool though. The Eternity Devil. It reminds me of that one motherfucker from Persona. What's his name? Legion, I think. Yes, dude! Pop off, Kobeni. Bro, honestly, why is the snake devil even that strong? I know a lot of people are afraid of snakes, but I don't know. I think they're kind of cute. I once dated a girl that had a pet python. That fool loved being around me. That was my boy. I missed him more than the girl when we broke up, low-key. I mean, man, if the anime nailed anything, it's the fact that they captured how grotesque the devils are. At least to some extent. I think they look even grittier and nastier in the manga, but we could talk about that later. At least here in the anime, they don't let up the gory aspect that the devils have, and I guess that's true for all the violence in the show in general. None of it was toned down, and holy, thank you for that, Mappa. Thank you for that. Actually, I think the gore was dialed up a little bit for the anime, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, love the way the anime handled the devil designs, and man, I can't wait for some of my favorite devils to show up once the anime continues. Obviously, I won't say what they are, but I'm just excited as fuck to see what they'll look like when Mappa animates them. Oh, and speaking of animation, number 6, the segment where I complain about animation. Except not really, because I don't really mind the animation. That's not the biggest deal for me. Well, not exactly. I do have problems with the way the show looks, but again, we'll talk about that later. I know that the biggest talking point is the CGI, right? And let's be real, when we all sat down to watch that very first episode and the goofy ass CGI Chainsaw Man popped out of that pile of zombies, you gotta admit, some of us were like, ooh, I don't know about that. Ooh, I don't know about that. He's CGI, right? I feel like I saw like this on Twitter, like clips of this. I know people are gonna be clowning Mappa for this one. The CGI Chainsaw Man looks pretty silly, let's be honest, y'all. I will say it looks better as the show goes on, but oh man, during his first few appearances, Jesus. Like he looks like a marionette doll, or like an action figure that a 5-year-old is controlling after drinking too much high C. But again, that's only one aspect of the show's animation, because I think the rest of it looks great for the most part. And I'll say this over and over in every video, I don't know shit about animation. I don't have an eye for that kind of thing. I'm more of a visual aesthetic, cinematography type. That's the shit I like. That being said, I like the way a lot of the fights look. There's some good movement, some cool choreography that kind of extrapolates from what you see in the manga. It's all great. It's all fine to me. So yeah, Chainsaw Man animation, great. That's not my big complaint about the anime. Number 7. My big complaint. So if you watch some of my other videos, including the ranking every 2022 anime video, shameless plug by the way, you may know that I've said a lot of times that I don't think that Mappa's Chainsaw Man is a very good adaptation. The reason for this is very simple. I don't think it's gritty enough. Now, you might be saying, well, Damian, you just talked about how Mappa amped up the gore and how you like the way the animation looks. What are you talking about? I just don't think Mappa captured the aesthetic of the manga. But didn't you say that Fujimoto was heavily involved in the production? You think he would have said something, right? That's true, but again, let's think back to that first section and Fujimoto's influences that I pointed out. He cites a lot of Asian cinema as inspirations for his work, but for their plot. not necessarily their look. He mentions in an interview that he'd like Chainsaw Man to be in the Avengers, implying that he enjoys those films. And he's also said that he likes horror films, which would explain a lot of the devil designs that we talked about. So then, why does the Chainsaw Man anime look so flat? It looks like a glossy, big-budget Hollywood production instead of having the grindhouse, artsy horror flick feel that the manga has. Why is that? I mean, who really knows? Maybe this is what Fujimoto wanted, and maybe this is just the direction MAPPA wanted to take, or maybe my opinion is just wrong. I can only guess which option you guys are going to choose in the comments. But that's okay, because again, it's just my opinion. I think that the Chainsaw Man anime is too slick looking and too clean looking, despite the added gore, despite the well animated fight scenes, despite all the great choices made in regards to changing the script and adjusting the pacing. The most important thing that made Chainsaw Man a good manga is missing for me here in the anime. And that's the fucking grit, the messy line work, the harsh, borderline sloppy facial expressions, the paneling, all these things the anime has failed to capture. Again, in my opinion. Like I said, Fujimoto had a big part in the production, and if he was happy with it, who am I to say anything? Because I mean, despite all that, I still think the Chainsaw Man anime is amazing. I put it in S tier in the video I made, and I know all anime fans care about are dumb rankings like that, so yeah, what else can I say? Still one of the best animes of the year. Number 8, the segment where I rank all the endings. Alright, well, I talked about everything I really wanted to talk about. I don't want to go too deep into the actual plot or anything, since I don't have a lot to say. I mean, it's good. So I guess I'll end this by ranking all of the endings. There it is. It's in an easily understandable, totally not confusing list. That's the objective ranking. You know, everyone knows my opinion is the only right one when it comes to stuff like this. So that's every Chainsaw Man ending ranked from worst to best. Don't at me. And by the way, I think they're all good, so don't think that I think that number 12 on this list is bad. It's just, you know, something has to come in last place. All right, well, here it is one more time. Ooh, did I switch the numbers around? Uh-oh, can you tell? No, don't go back in the video to check. Sorry, anyway, take a good look, because this is the only correct order. You know, screenshot it if you want, and roast me about it on Twitter. I'll definitely read your responses. But otherwise, that's the video, y'all. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. If you are feeling extra generous, donate a bit to Patreon to support the channel. I need to change the rewards up, but I promise this coming 2023, I'll actually make it worth y'all's while to be a Patreon supporter. But other than that, comment below who your favorite devil in the series is, I guess, or something. All right, that's the video. Peace.